among the most diverse and valuable ecosystems on Earth. Often known as the rainforest of the sea, coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, yet they support nearly 25% of all marine life. These ecosystems provide food, shelter, and breeding grounds for thousands of marine species. But today, coral reefs around the world are under serious threat. One of the most destructive threats is coral bleaching. Coral bleaching is becoming more frequent and severe, largely due to the climate change. If this continues, the future of coral reef ecosystems may be at risk.
To understand coral bleaching, we first need to understand the climate change. Climate change refers to the long-term change in global temperature and weather pattern. Although climate change can happen naturally, human activities has become the main driver of climate change today. Activities such as burning fossil fuel, deforestation, and industrial process release large amount of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere and causing global warming. As global temperature rises, ocean temperature also increase. This warming creates stress on marine ecosystem, especially coral and coral reef. Even a small increase in sea temperature gives a big impact to the coral. So coral have the unique relationship with the tiny microscopic algae called zooxanthellae. These algae live inside the coral tissue and play an important role in coral survival. Through photosynthesis, zooxanthellae provide energy and nutrient to the coral. They also give coral the bright and the beautiful color. However, when the sea becomes too warm, coral becomes stressed. So, as the response to this stress, coral expel the zooxanthellae living inside them. So, without this algae, coral lose their color and become white. This process is known as coral bleaching. Bleached coral are not dead immediately, but they become weak, vulnerable, and more likely to die if stressful condition continues.
Coral bleaching causes serious impact on coral reef ecosystem. In the short term, bleached coral experience stress, reduced growth, and lower reproductive success. Their ability to recover also become weaker. If ocean temperature remain high for long periods, coral may eventually die. This leads to severe long-term consequences. So, the hard coral are especially affected because they form the main structural foundation of the coral reef. When a hard coral dies, reef structure begin to break down and degrade. As reef complexity decreases, biodiversity also declines. Healthy coral reef can transform into damaged ecosystem with their reduced ecological function. This affects the balance and stability of the entire reef ecosystem. For information, coral reefs support many reef-associated organisms including fish, mollusks, sea urchin, and other marine animals. These organisms depend on coral reef for food, shelter, protection, and also breeding habitats. When coral bleaching occurs, this habitat begins to disappear. In the short term, many organisms experience stress and reduced food availability. In the long term, habitat loss can cause population decline, migration, and destruction of marine food web. As coral reef degrade, many species will struggle to survive.
Coral bleaching does not only affect marine life, it also affects humans in many ways. Millions of people depend on coral reef for food, income, and coastal protection. In the short term, coral bleaching can reduce fish population and affect fisheries. Tourism industries that depends on healthy coral reef also suffer economic losses. In the long term, damaged coral reef provide less protection against waves, storms, and coastal erosions. This increases risk for coastal communities. The loss of coral reef can threaten food security, livelihoods, and economic stability. Coral bleaching is more than an environmental issue. It's a warning sign of changing planets. Protecting coral reef means protecting marine biodiversity, human livelihoods, and future of our ocean. We all have a role to play. Reducing carbon emissions, supporting sustainable practices, and spreading awareness can make a difference. Every action matters, no matter how small. The future of